Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second stream of Alan Wake. I'm debating whether or not to just go ahead and delete the first stream and start from the beginning again so that we can see if the performance improved. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Anyway, I am your host, Arun Dragon. For those who are new to the channel, if you like what you see and want to support the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into it. So, question. Since I had all those performance problems the first time, do I just start a new game or not? And hello, Mary.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Already much better.
Mention him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character.
I just wanted to see, because the dialogue was so badly
I've heard
butchered.
at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
All right, let me finish this cinematic, and I'll go back and I'll start a new game.
It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing...
Oh, I can skip it. Exit to main menu. And new game. Okay, here we go. Performance should be much better because I moved it over to my SSD. On a standard hard drive,
we all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
really didn't need to see that again.
Already gone.
I will say this for Alan Wake 2. At least they didn't have that sudden gets out of breath in about 10 seconds thing.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
Yeah, I know. You've got your Mecha Knights game that you're also focusing
Here
on.
we are. Cauldron Lake.
And hello, Carrie.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's...
Give me a second. Huh. Oh, nothing. I was looking for a particular feature that I thought might be in here, but it's not. I'm not worried about it. Oh, let's see. Let's set some of these...
The car. So where's the deputy?
Okay, that's a touch much.
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
You're the one who wanted to switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not walking. Hey, over here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's turn the ray tracing down a little bit. I still want it on, I just don't want it on that high.
There. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
You're not the brightest box in the... You're not the brightest bulb in the box either, are you?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took him back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
The mighty mountain in the distance is none other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Whoop. Yeah, performance is way better now that I've copied it over to the SSD.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to
Is any place a good place to get murdered?
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Try explaining it one more time.
Yeah, but sir, can I make it, Mulligan?
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? Step 1. Examine the corpse. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting. Footprints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know.
I'm sure he felt a sharp, stabbing chest pain. That's what I know he felt.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softy Casey is. Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon. This mug always cheers me up. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
This is one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction.
And there we go. Instead of being a big blur, it actually comes in pretty quick.
I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly noon. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing, Skin?
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
The victim was one of their own, FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly, guys, that's misspelled, turned up only to be murdered in a brutal and bloody ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was this page, the first page they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths, secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message, was a message. Someone knew they were here, what they were doing. Someone playing a game with them, leading them on, an invitation. How could they not accept the sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them? Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Okay, now it's time to do that search for pages and stuff again.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Well, maybe, assuming they haven't already been counted. Let's check something. There we go.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Salt in his coffee?
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Hello, Dyruger.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
Yeah, I decided to do it just to see if the performance was up to snuff. And so far it is, now that I've transferred things over to the SSD. It's not your imagination. I think the problem is that it couldn't stream all the textures off the hard drive fast enough. The SSD is able to keep up, though.
They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
A cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
But first, let's look around.
A creepy twig sculpture? Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Don't take anything if you aren't one of the trees, huh? Well, too bad I already took everything.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
I'd say that's a pretty wild theory. Okay, can't reopen that, so that implies...
Is that
Oh, here it is.
Kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books. But he really hates...
Friday. Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Who wants to stay in Bright Falls? Sunday. So I told her. She said, thanks. Monday. I snuck out last night again. Went to the big house by the lake instead of just watching it from here like I always do. Instead of just sitting around like I always do. Screw that. Anyway, something weird is going on down there. I'm going to find out what. Going to go back there tomorrow with better gear. I bet I can find a way inside the building, take some photos. It's gonna be epic. Some batteries.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. Didn't really intend to stumble through the door. Kind of intended to open it, but oh well. Here lived the witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place. Pfft. Yep, here's that flooded area that the deputy was talking about.
Seems like a nice town so far. Burgess aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just...
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they've seen much stuff this gruesome.
Now, if I remember correctly, there was a lunchbox up here, and there it is.
Another lunchbox.
And then up here at the blocked path that we jumped down from, or rather, on the other side of those trees, is another one. I remember that. There's a total of 6 of those lunch boxes in all. I will be checking the map a lot because now that I have some idea where the lunch boxes are, I'll be checking it to make sure I'm on the right path.
Another one of those lunchboxes.
Wish it would stop drifting like that. I'm sorry, 5, not 6. Don't know where I came up with the number of 6.
Welcome back, Anderson.
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. And now I have nine of the pieces that I need to restore to upgrade the handgun.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Part removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
Tripod for a camera to record stuff.
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
This stuff is something for us to find.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Give me a second. I'm going to need to get something to drink for this cough. Okay, got my big bottle of water so I can do something about the cough. And off to Bright Falls we go.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these punches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my...
Having said that, I'm not going straight to the sheriff's station because when I was testing this earlier,
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
I found the location of another lunchbox.
More of those kids' lunchboxes.
Right here next to the gazebo in the park. You wouldn't believe how hard it was to track down these lunchboxes. Thank goodness for the internet. And that contains 5 manuscript fragments in that. Now if I wanted to, I could go here, go to the weapons upgrade, and upgrade my pistols. Which I am going to go ahead and get the increased magazine size.
Saga had lost count of how many shots she'd fired, but she was sure it must have been more than she had in her magazine. And yet, she'd not run out of ammo. As if the magazine had grown to fit more bullets. She fired again.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
Can't believe that happened. I still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie.
Excuse me.
Come on.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't on us.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found it. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
There's more out at Cauldron Lake, but they're in the area that we can't get to yet.
Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why? The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters. They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me? I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover. Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over. Okay.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions. Like reliving a dream of missing dear. Oh God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think.
And apparently Rose has been working here for the last 13 years.
She.
I was going to say she looks better, more grown up, but that kind of happens in 13 years.
That's so weird. You don't remember. How do you know how to do
I'll give credit to Remedy for keeping things
I know what this is.
real time, if that makes sense.
Happens on TV all the time. No.
They're aware that the original game came out 13 years ago, and they've aged up the characters that are still in the game, is what I'm getting at.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
Murder cult.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
Played some D&D back in the day. The wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deer Fest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. It's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Oh, this is the right call, Sheriff.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket.
Let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
See you around. Agent?
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. If only had a tour guide also. It's bear season. Oh no, a bear.
Believe it or not, this commercial does count as one of the collectibles.
Oh, wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences.
And it is missable if you don't get it before a certain time in the game.
Best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Gilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have both cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak. A tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
You ever, by the way, considering the names of those two guys in the commercial, is it my imagination, or did a bunch of Finnish people settle in Bright Falls? Just saying. Remedy is based out of Finland,
So
just in case you were wondering.
Next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking. Okay. Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting. I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down. No. Ugh.
Huh.
These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more.
Okay, so where exactly does this belong? Because it's not in who's involved. It's not in cult goals. It keeps coming back to me. It's not in cult symbols. So what the... No, there we go. Cult psychology. Still can't talk to anyone, though. And can't do the...
Time to see what Nightingale's
there we
body
go.
can tell us. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? Same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Sheriff?
Show me the clicker.
Can't be opened on this side. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Once it wasn't.
Gotta move.
Oh, ran the wrong way.
He can't see me in the light.
Oh, come on.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Vanished. He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster. The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, pushed past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them, made them vulnerable. I flick the switch, it goes click. Show me the clicker, lights are off, but somebody's home. Hemingway brought you here, witch. Get out of my house, Nightingale shouted. A wave of terror crashed through Saga's head. The awful truth. Nightingale had no heart in his chest, but here he was, killing a monster. The world had lurched out of balance. You found yourself trapped on the far side of the mirror. Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too, Nightingale. Was, but wasn't a Taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach. Where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job, he'd be inside, waiting for her.
Text tattooed on the victim's manuscript page found inside. Writing has some significance here. His murder matched the other victims, but why didn't they become monsters too?
Must be locked from the other side. There is no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose. It doesn't budge.
Now, how exactly did I get out of here the last time?
I can't force it open. A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
There we go.
We heard gunshots. You all okay? Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, Nick.
I love how they take that so casually.
I need something to cut this.
Crazy talk. Monsters aren't real. Monsters aren't real. Magic's definitely not real.
Well, well, I will tell you this. The game Control is set in the same universe, and the DLC for Control confirms that, remember the Sheriff Breaker from the first game? It confirms that her father was an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control, whose job it is to investigate the supernatural and to keep it from leaking out into the real world. So Sarah was kind of familiar with this. That's the reason why she wasn't surprised by it.
My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment now. Someone will be right with you.
I can't force it open.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter?
I want out! Something bad's going down. I can feel it. Let me out!
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been run yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. This is the same symbol as that cult necklace.
Not exactly hiding in the shadows, are they?
Mercado won't roll over on the issues.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3.
You know, I actually saw a watch that can be run on beer the other day.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here.
Or anything with sufficient water content, really.
Chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story. The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. great. This area is supposed to be closed to the public. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
And of course, it's sunset.
The cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on an important government business, fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC now. I'm authorized to be here.
Ding, ding, ding.
I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from the Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery. My hometown.
Or at least the Costco brothers are.
So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirre.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. The operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can no right through a garbage can.
That's all I've got for the moment.
Clear signs of tampering. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not one of ours. I fixed it so any alerts will come our way, but it's definitely concerning. I'll make a report for the investigations department. Leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix this thing. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We may want to put more secure metal casing around the whole thing so that the raccoons can't get to it anymore. Stephen Lynn, Chief Technician. And yeah, FBC, Federal Bureau of Control.
Happy to get you VIP tickets into Coffee World. Just say the word.
Thanks.
Let's get to the murder side, Casey. A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know what. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
Or maybe someone just doesn't like spoilers.
crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. Monsters, overlaps, rituals. What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Cult imagery is usually subtle, recognizable only by members. Here the use of symbols is enthusiastic and eye-catching.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case.
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Apparently I got distracted and lost sight of the track, so I'm going to have to go back and... Oh, there we go.
Hey, Casey. What's the far
Nora's favorite shape.
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the rent.
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here? I can feel something. A presence. Nightingale isn't far.
Okay, I'll admit it. That jump scare actually worked on me.
What is that? These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it. My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
The fuse was in place. She had found it among the junk in the forest. Saga stepped inside the witch's hut. Something rushed through her, a presence familiar. She couldn't quite place it, something long forgotten. She tried to hold on to it, but it was already gone. Inside, a bright light, and objects that stood out to Saga. Stood out from the dusty animal skulls and cauldron, as if the light had manifested them. Pulled them from darkness. A shift in reality, heavy with hidden meanings. A coffee thermos, a shoebox, a mop and a bucket, a poster on the wall, and in the cabinet, another manuscript page.
Light is the key. To stay safe. But for something more to be revealed as well. I need to find the witch's hut. This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
Okay, so where would I find a fuse? My best guess, back at the general store. A lot of equipment just laying around. How long have they been out here? Well, I didn't see anything in there. Give me a second. Nix wants back in. Okay. Nix rubbed up against my leg to prove just how cold it was outside. She wants to steal my worms again.
This fuse is busted. This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Witch's ladle, towering over Saga, watching her and the witch. The image of the witch and the sign. Nightingale's heart, a cold dead lump in her hand. Her definition of sanity had changed since she arrived in this town, but she trusted the pages, was forced to. Saga addressed the witch. She squinted to read. The first part of the ritual words, the smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory, the words she had read on the page. I brought you the heart, witch, show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign. This was the key. The tree was the threshold. Now, do we go straight back to Casey, or do we go to the ladle? Because I doubt she would have the heart with her. I keep getting turned around here and ended up aiming the wrong direction. There we go. Haven't seen this before.
But whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here.
Saga, for what it's worth, I think it's important that Logan grows up seeing you do what you love, what you're great at. That will teach her so much. There will be times just like this when you question your choices, your competence, even your own sanity. When things get dark, remember to trust and love yourself as much as your family does. You won't be perfect, but I know you'll be amazing. Love you always, Mom.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual.
She squinted to reach the smudged line on the heart.
Keep trying. To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now?
And then we go over to the profiling.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold, like a doorway, leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Which is Ladle? I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
Just leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Well, I would like to, but apparently... Oh, there we go. And gets me killed again. Because my middle mouse button has decided it doesn't want to work right.
Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Yeah, back in the... Also, options, controls. Flashlight boost. There. Maybe not. Nix. Leviosa. Note to self, the towel on top of the printer was probably a bad idea because it tends to skid. So she jumps up on top of the printer and ends up shooting into my lap because she overshoots.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake. I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Nightingale's heart. Where is...
While they played card, the witch had stolen his heart.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
What the hell?
I've only been lost.
And I get to do that again because for some reason the game decided, oh hey.
Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind... Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cole. I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Nightingale's heart. Where?
While they played, the witch had stolen his heart.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
That time she didn't overshoot. By which I mean Nyx. I think she's figured out maybe I shouldn't jump quite so hard.
Occultist. A monster. Like Nightingale.
And that unlocks another... That pouch over there unlocks another 5 inventory slots.
Saga edged toward the broken door, her gun ready, flashlight aimed ahead. Nightingale said it would be here. The Cauldron Lake General Store was overgrown, left to rot. Saga thought about the cult of the tree. They had been here, waiting, planning a gruesome ritual murder. Meanwhile, they played cards in the general store, like it was just another late-night poker game. Saga stepped closer to the door. Had the animal broken it? There was a loud crash. Saga found herself face to face with a cultist, a hulking figure in a raincoat. We watch in the night, wild eyes behind a plastic deer mask, an axe in his raised hand.
Check with Lady Fortuna at the counter. Actually, and now I has a shotgun. Only 2 shells, but we'll put the pistol on 1, the shotgun on 2, and the trauma pads on 4. That should help.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible.
Sounds literary. But what does it mean? I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream. And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense. Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still fighting my way back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
Well, we know the sign is down at the witch's ladle. Something else you'll notice is that light does heal you, but only up to a point. Beyond that, you do have to use a trauma pad.
It was already out!
Well, it allows me to use enemy attacks when I'm not dodge enemy attacks when I'm not up against the tree anyway.
The wave crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Fuck. Okay, Saga. Going in solo. Logan? Logan! Where are you? What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things. What was that? Wait. Did I get turned around? No, this is real. This place is looping. Like a nightmare.
Witch's ladle, towering over Saga, watching her and the witch. The image of the witch in the sign, Nightingale's heart, a cold, dead lump in her hand. Her definition of sanity had changed since she arrived in this town. But she trusted the pages, was forced to. Saga addressed the witch. She squinted to read the first part of the ritual words. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. The words she had read on the page. I brought you the heart witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign. This was the key. The tree was the threshold.
He's here. Nightingale.
Danger.
Who is that? It's like they're coming in over a bad signal.
Oh, great.
Oh shit! Not yet.
And I get to do all that again.
Get away!
Keep going.
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm in danger. The dark presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my face scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before.
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
In the dark, miles apart, made a promise that I'm coming out alive. Raging heart, went too far. I will never lose myself.
Now, here's the thing. Even though it says chapter end, the chapter doesn't properly end until you go back to Bright Falls. So that gives us time to explore the new areas, and there is some stuff here, or so I'm told. We can listen to the songs in the full on the radio in the mind.
All of a sudden, the radio stopped working, and then that flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest. Is this who I think it is?
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
Alex Casey? How? Am I still...
It's a bit of a hike to the car, Wake. Get your bearings, and we'll head out.
I need another...
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further clues out there. The flooding disappeared very suddenly. I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale. A locked box. Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it? Notes and ammo. Looks like they're tools of the trade. The cult doesn't see their victims as people.
Remember, they look like us, but they aren't. They're like animals, and it's our job to hunt them and gut them. And it includes another inventory upgrade, by the way. Yet another manuscript page.
He'd been on the trail of the writer forever. The writer he despised. Hemingway, Bukowski, Wake. I'll get you. I'll find you. I'll make you pay. You're in over your head. He descended into the tunnels from the Dark City, into the ocean of darkness. Next stop, Caldera Street Station. Something, a presence, rumbled. Not a train. Shadows shifted on the platform. The writer's cult waited for him there. The cult of the word. Occultists lean close. I carry his words close to my chest now. You're not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise. He'd be caught, murdered. They got him. They didn't get him. He was reborn out of hate. He was there, but he was risen. Sent to find the light switch up from the lake that was not the lake.
Yellow markings, just like the first game. And that's the Streamside stash key. And that should be turn around north.
The cult is leaving supplies around for themselves.
The cult is watching right now. And that's that. Yeah. Okay, good. This is the right bridge. Not, or rather, I should say, not the other bridge.
There's something written here. A poem? Or a riddle? A little clothespin doll. Perfect weird souvenir for Logan. Reminds me of the nursery rhymes I read to Logan when she was little.
One bird for light, 2 for darkness, 3 birds for a fight, 4 for a struggle, 5 birds for injury, 6 for misery, 7 for the ending, whatever it may be.
Something feels different. I should look around. A charm. Cute.
Charms have various benefits. Equip them by placing them in the charm slots in inventory.
Huh. That was strange. Gotta keep an eye out for more of these rhymes.
Would you please burn away the damn darkness? Oh, congratulations, I'm out of battery and the darkness still isn't fully gone. Therefore, I'm fully dead.
Something feels different. I should look around. A charm. Cute. It'll go great on the bracelet Logan made for me. Huh. That was strange. Gotta keep an eye out for more of these rhymes.
I doubt any of these work. Nope. There's something else I need to use there. From Alaska to British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and all the way down to California, the Pacific Northwest area spans over a diverse range. Here you will find 59 threatened or endangered species of plants and animals, including the orca and wild gray wolves. The Pacific Northwest region's ecosystems are wonderfully diverse. They include mountain areas like the Cascades and Olympic ranges, as well as the dense forest around them. In the west, there are several islands and dry desert plateaus cover the east. Some of the common wildlife calling the Pacific Northwest their home are robins and seagulls, squirrels and otters, cougars and deer, coyotes and raccoons, salmon, and blue herons. The marshes and ponds of this area host an impressive variety of fauna, but majestic trees like the black cottonwood, big leaf maple, and Oregon ash thrive in the wetlands too. It is truly the nature lover's paradise. Okay. Another manuscript page.
An overlap of the dark place needed a push from both directions to manifest itself. Reality in our world eroded by repeated dark lore tied to a location, an counterpoint, a work of art, a horror narrative crafted in the depths of the dark place, connecting to the story on the other side to reach out through the weakened veil. A story of a lawman whose heart was cut out of his chest. Two corrupt men killed by their own twisted ambition. A haunted old woman drowned in a bathtub. Twisted reflections on the other side of the mirror. Arcs stabbing through realities, amplifying the influence of the dark place. These elements working in conjunction made a trickle that became a torrent, a wormhole, a vortex, and the art, the map, became the nightmare territory where the dark place encroached on our reality, a blanket over it, where they all overlapped, causing reality to twist and loop like a bad dream, remolding anything and anyone within its dark horror design.
Another one of those rhymes.
We'll come back to that rhyme in just a minute. More ammo is never a bad thing. Some sort of password on that computer. I'm surprised that the computer has power but nothing else does. Let's head upstairs, see what's up there. And over here, a hero doll and a wolf doll. Test sites in Cauldron Lake. Witchfinder Station 2, Streamside 1, Cauldron Lake Rental Cabins 1. That's got something to do with the FBC, I can tell from the logo. Research into the reality-altering effects discovered in the Cauldron Lake area, utilizing fiction and art as a source, and then manifesting the results into existence. Methodology. The FBC's intent in this research project is to experiment with nursery rhymes, hereinafter referred to as fiction, in an attempt to recreate the conditions under which the writing would become reality. The hypothesis is that there are two ways in which fiction affects reality, either by reflecting events that have come to pass but that are not known to their later creator, whose act of creation therefore becomes the catalyst for these past events, after which they serve as the source of their own inspiration, or by the fiction itself being the initiating force in its present timeline, using the creator as a conduit. In the experiment, we will create nursery rhyme text with a specific function and then use the depicted dolls and symbols as needed via a careful testing process with the purpose of the story told in the fiction manifesting itself in real life. A variety of combinations involving the dolls, symbols, and rhymes will be tested in order to collect large amounts of data with the hope that a pattern will appear. Methods will be adjusted in the testing based on our results. Well, I will admit a lot of nursery rhymes do seem to be rather
Rest easy, buddy.
twisted. The hero, brave and strong, left home to right or wrong. From the woods came the wolf, so greedy and hungry that he ate what he found in the house without a host. The hero returned to find she'd lost the thing she loved the most. Hero there.
I have a weird feeling something's changed. What is this? Okay, then.
And all those paw prints just suddenly appeared, which lead back to this.
Another charm for my bracelet.
Whoop. I keep forgetting. Inventory is control, not tab. Coffee mug charm will save you from death one time, but shatters in the process. Okay, let's see.
We've reached the car, Anderson. How's it going down there?
I think I'm done here. I'll meet you at the parking lot. And another lunchbox.
Obviously, you're going to succeed, or else you wouldn't be the hero. Duh. And that's 9 more fragments of manuscript. 1 more, and I can upgrade the pistol again, or maybe see what the rifle has to, or shotgun has to offer.
Another locked box.
Rock, rock, tree, are you bright enough? Yes, I do believe I am. Are you one of us or one of them? Collect it, collect it, collect that first aid kit.
Equipment was all accounted for. The form. Where you were.
Would you... God damn it, would you kindly burn away the damn darkness? Hopefully before I run out of batteries again. At least he gave me more batteries for all that crap. And more bullets.
There's another lunchbox.
I looked down at the rippling water. The moonlight danced over each and every little wave, a marching band of shimmering light. Lonely and cold, I hugged myself inside. I thought of him. Then the surface of the lake calmed, and like a spectral surprise, he was there. His face, smiling at me, reflected in the water. I looked up, not daring to believe it was true. But it was true. He was there. My love, my savior, my rider. And we'll put all that stuff in place on the grid when we get back to the springs. Why do I have this feeling that this is going to be one of those games where I'm always going to be lucky if I have one clip of ammo? Or one magazine of ammo, I mean. I keep falling victim to the same thing that the press does. The thing that you put in the gun is the magazine. The thing that holds it is the clip.
There's a rhyme over here.
Yeah, that's the one I was at earlier. This is the private cabin, I guess. Guests, Miriam and Matt, thanks for the lovely hike. Patty came down from New York City and loved every minute of the trip. Laurie and Bob, these paths have seen better days. Kev, nice views you got here. Mr. Lockhart, may I suggest adding some nice rest stops along the way? Camping do's and don'ts from your friendly park ranger. Do hike and enjoy the scenery. Do set up your tent. Do enjoy a nice meal, and do relax. Don't chop down trees. Don't leave your trash behind. Don't be loud and obnoxious, and don't start a forest fire. And remember, always have fun. In this forest? Psh, yeah, right. And of course it turns into a save point with another manuscript page.
Children in Bright Falls all grew up hearing stories about the cult of the tree. Feral maniacs living in the woods. Satanists chanting, "We watch in the night," as they perform blood sacrifices in the forests. Or things not quite human lurking in the dark. There were many versions of the story, but they all shared one important element. Danger in the dark, in the woods. Somewhere among all the urban legends lay a secret truth. The real identity of the cultists prowling in the woods. Real faces hid behind the masks. Real hands held the knives. Real people fulfilling a grim purpose. The forest was not safe. People were right to keep their children away from the trees.
Oh, hey, another lockbox that I didn't notice earlier. That I can't get into. Great. Huh, two of them close together that I can't get into. Why do I have a feeling that I won't be able to open those until I get to Wake's part of the story? The reason I'm looking up at that particular birdhouse is that it's supposedly going to fall. Hasn't yet. Shooting it doesn't seem to work. And I'm in the right place for it, so I have a feeling that might not happen until later. Well, let's go in here and go to the case board. Look at my cases. Go to the Cult of the Tree. Add that to Cult Psychology. Look at the Cult Stashes. Cauldron Lake Shore. Bridge in Cauldron Lake. Creek in Cauldron Lake. Is the note inside to scare people off? Do they expect people to break into these? Yeah, we're aware of that. Okay. Nursery rhymes.
Creepy dolls. Mysterious rhymes. No weirder than anything else going on, I guess.
And placed there by the FBC. A dark substance appeared when the rhyme was completed. Rhyme found outside the Cauldron Lake Ranger cabin.
Okay.
FBC file on the reality-altering effects of the nursery rhymes. Not there.
Oh.
Doesn't belong there. FBC file listing test sites in Cauldron Lake. Okay. Guess that's related to the Cauldron Lake rhymes then. Yes, it is. Wolf Doll used to solve the rhyme puzzle. Hero Doll used to solve the rhyme puzzle. Reenacting the rhyme made an environment change. A charm appeared at the site of the rhyme. Crow Doll used to solve the rhyme puzzle. That can go all the way up here again. Strange rhyme with a sheet of paper.
Right.
Rhyme found near the bridge at Cauldron Lake. Now back to cases. Go back to the lunch boxes. And there's 7 of them. There's probably 8 total. In fact, there should be another one. Okay, that's not the one I'm missing. I'm definitely missing one of them. The fact that I slipped past that guy and just kept going kind of tells you that I don't need to fight everything. reminds me of a friend of mine playing Resident Evil 2 for the first time, and he thought you had to kill every single zombie. And I'm like, no, you don't. In fact, there are places where the best thing you can do is just run and they won't hit you. Okay, that's not the one I'm missing either. Oh wait, I have an idea which one it might be.
Darkness flow! Plastic EMS!
No, it's not this one either. It's one of the ones out in the lake. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm wrong. One of them you get later. There are 8 of them in this region, up to this point, but one of them is back in Bright Falls, and that was the one next to the gazebo. Well, back to the parking lot it is then. Still, not doing too shabby. Still have 29 shots for the pistol and 19 for the sawed-off shotgun. In this game, that's not too bad.
You ready to go?
Yes.
Mr. Wake, we're taking you back to our field office in Bright Falls. You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
Hey, Mom. Before you say anything, I'm totally fine. Don't freak out. Dad shouldn't have even texted you.
Logan? No one texted me. What's going on?
I'm totally fine. I slipped, that's all. God, it's not the end of the world.
Put your father on the phone.
Okay. Dad, it's Mom.
Don't worry, hon. Logan slipped in the shower and bumped her head. She has a slight concussion, but
I'm keeping an eye on her. Lucky I heard her fall. She could have drowned.
Jesus, David. Why didn't you call?
I tried. It didn't go through. She's fine, really. But what about you? You sound stressed.
No, it's, just weird case, that's all.
Well, if you need a hint, my years of board game victories tell me Colonel Mustard did it.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Love you, Dave.
Love you too, honey. Want to say bye to Logan?
Just tell her I love her. Bye for now. Is there anyone you'd like us to reach out to, Mr. Wake? You've been gone a long time.
No. No. If they'd be in danger, they'll come for me.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Robert Nightingale. Do you know him? You were both here in 2010.
The dark presence got him back then. That's the last time I saw him. 13 years.
Tell us about the pages. You had what looks like a title page with you. Return. Is this the name of the story on these pages? The writer's name has been scratched out pretty violently, but your name can still be made out underneath.
Scratched out. Yeah. Scratch.
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake?
I'm trying to remember. It's a crazy jumble, like a nightmare. It doesn't make sense. I remember. Waking up in places with no memory of how I'd gotten there. It was out of control. I didn't need another mugshot in the fucking tabloids. Had I already done the show? Was that a recording? I felt a strange pull toward the TV.
In between with Mr. Door.
Come on, sit down.
It is so good to see you, Alan. This must be an exciting time for you. Tell me, does it ever get old?
So does what get old?
Publishing a new book. Are you okay there, my friend? You look like you've been cooped up in the writer's room for a few too many years.
This is exactly how I feel.
You know, I've waited so long to get my hands on the sequel to Departure. You left us on quite the cliffhanger. We've all been dying to know what "it's not a lake, it's an ocean" really means.
You and me both.
Well, our wait is over. Your new book, Initiation, hits the shelves tomorrow.
What?
That's exactly what every reader will be asking. This book is mind-bending. It's so cerebral. I mean, how would you describe it? An auto-fictional thought experiment? A horror story? A postmodern detective story?
Wait. This isn't right. I haven't written anything.
He's so hungry.
Okay, you got me. Good prank, very funny. But yeah, sad to say, I've not written this. I'd remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double. Well played, man! That is spot on! Playing the role here. Pretending the world of the book overlaps our own. That's very meta indeed. You see, Initiation tells the story of a fictional writer named Alan Wake, who is trapped in a nightmare, desperately trying to find the manuscript of a novel he has forgotten he has written. The book is set in New York, but it might not be New York at all. He is tormented by his dark doppelganger, guided by visions of a fictional detective he has written. That's right, Alex Casey is in this book as well.
I guess we'll just keep doing this the whole show. The joke's on me.
But isn't that what you sign up for with autofiction? No, but seriously, I found the structure of the reality you build in the book fascinating. It reminded me of The Matrix. I mean, the writer is physically in his writer's room, trapped there, and he projects himself out to this dark dream of New York through the story he is writing. Like astral projection. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go on. I should be taking notes here. This is great stuff.
Notes to that other Alan Wake in that room writing this as we speak? Are we all in your story, Alan? Wow. No, I wish you every success with your new book, Alan. I hope it's as successful as your best-selling Alex Casey series. Initiation hits the shelves tomorrow. After this, I'm sure we'll all be eagerly awaiting the culmination of this hero's journey trilogy of yours. A book called Return, perhaps. Man, thank you for one of the strangest interviews of my entire career, Alan. All this talk of meta-narratives. I'm expecting to disappear once the scene ends.
Well?
Hello? I'm losing it. Something's not right here. I needed to get home. To Alice. What the hell was that interview? Some kind of joke? Initiation? I never wrote a book called Initiation. This felt like a bad dream. Could make a good horror story. Old Gods of Asgard. That name sounded familiar. I was a mess. I'd never heard of this talk show or Mr. Door before. None of it felt right. Was I losing my mind?
My interpretation of many worlds, Dr. Casper Darling. And of course, that is the lead scientist of the of the FBC. At least until he disappeared.
Hey! I think I've been locked in. Anybody?
Fuck. Now I have to find the cook myself. Great. There was something here. A broken transmission I couldn't quite make out. What was that? A message? Impossible to say. Waking up from the nightmare, I felt like a drowning man gasping for air. This place felt familiar. A ghost of a memory surfaced, about riding here for countless days. A plot board for mapping out a story. On the index cards, the nightmare that just happened to me. A summary of the story so far. But other notes as well. Warnings. I had written them. I couldn't remember what it all meant. The name Scratch filled me with dread. I could trust these words. I had to act on them. You must write to escape.
At the talk show, I had thought I was home in New York, but none of it had felt right. I was trapped in the dark place, a nightmare beyond our world. The writer's room was my safe haven. My writing affected what was outside. I was trying to write a story to escape this place. The story was called Initiation. With the story I wrote, I projected myself out to look for a way to escape. I had tried many times. Failed. This place made me forget. Everything Dora had said had felt true. Was that part of my writing or coming from somewhere else? Read me, beware Scratch, Alice, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well.
I didn't remember much. But I knew my thoughts and ideas could manifest as reality in this dark place. I'd use my writing to project myself out of this room, like a deep sea diver to go deeper and explore the depths of this prison for a way out. This room was my boat. Writing was my lifeline. I would start again at the talk show.
Welcome back. We have a great show for you here tonight. We'll treat all you Alex Casey fans out there. Alex Casey himself is here tonight. That's right. Fair Lake, ladies and gentlemen. The actor who has given his face to the famous detective in the film series. And of course, we have Alan Wake here. Best-selling writer, books, the films are based on. Let's do this! Welcome back to the show. So, Alan, as the creator of the character, how do you feel about this?
Sorry, what?
I know it can be an awkward question with the man sitting right next to you, but I mean, how do you feel about him in the role of Casey? Does he look the part to you?
He looks exactly like I always imagined Casey to be. It's uncanny.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm a huge fan of your books.
So, what's the problem, Alan? Because on more than one occasion, you voiced your reservations about the adaptations.
It's not that. They're their own thing. They've gone with choices that are different from mine. I feel protective about my stories, and these adaptations... I don't know. I guess I just wish I could have been more involved in making them.
Well, in that case, you won't have seen this either. We have a clip from the new film, Murder Case Casey. Should we roll it, or do you want to say something first, Sam?
Nah, just roll it.
This city was an old scar that refused to heal. The rain made it fester. It needed the sun, but there was only the night. I was tired. Insomnia covered me like a plastic film. I was watching the world through a rain-slick window. My own reflection, haunted on the view. I was trying to track down the missing writer. My only clue was a table lamp, shaped like an angel. The only thing to shed light on this sordid mystery.
That's great. Murder Case Casey. Great job, Sam. Very exciting and very meta. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Wait, stop. What was that about a writer? About a lamp?
That poster, for those who have played Control, is extremely familiar.
Ah, Lorraine! There you are, Tom. Oh, not so much evil that not a bit of good as well. Not one without the other. Good to see you.
Hey, I can't seem to find my way out of here. Can you point me to the exit?
Totta helvetissä. Of course, Tom. The work will instruct its maker. I was gonna get something from the basement for you, but you can get it yourself now. The more cooks, the worse the soup.
Have we met before? Are you trapped in the dark place too?
You remember Ahti, the janitor. You can't be lost if you don't worry about where you are headed. So don't worry, Tom. The sun will shine even into a heap of twigs. Just remember to turn on the lights. It won't take long when you get to work.
What do you want me to get from the basement? And my name's Alan, not Tom.
Ja, mutta katsoppa, kun a man, but a man with a tool makes two, Tom. Eikö niin? And a man with a tool can build his own exit. It's in a shoebox, in the basement where you left it. Same as in the Lord's purse. Here's the key.
I've been trying to find a way to escape the dark place. Any suggestions?
He who mouths about his troubles is the prisoner of his troubles. It's not easy to get out. But don't you worry, Tom. The home is still there where the heart is. I often think about it when I mop the floor and look into the puddle. Water is the memory of the world. Water finds its way.
The janitor was a bit out there, but still a friendly face. I had to trust the basement would get me out of here.
If it wasn't obvious, Ati is a lot more than he seems. You know, other than just an eccentric janitor who spouts a lot of Finnish idioms. Because he's the quote-unquote janitor for the FBC, too.
An old lamp in a shoebox. Was this what the janitor had left for me? The lamp felt significant. A tool for bringing light to the darkness. I felt a magnetic pull between the lamp and the light overhead. Whoa! When the light jumped into my lamp, the whole room changed, like something in a dream. Opening a way forward, the lamp was humming. The bulb glowed. It held the light now. I felt another surge from the lamp. I could use it again.
Okay, that is strange. Now I have to figure out how to get through that.
The glow in the lamp went out, shifting the light in the room. The light carved out something new from the darkness. The dark place wants to drown me. I'm losing myself. I have to fight it. I have to remember. The clicker. The light switch. I lost it. But I have the lamp now. The lamp the switch was cut from. This place is a nightmare. Not real, and yet more real than anything. The danger and the horror real. It feeds off my mind. Twisting whatever it takes into psychotic reality. I'm trapped here. I write to escape. I've tried this many times, written countless stories, forgotten how many. I keep failing, but I must keep trying. I use the story to dive deeper. Every word I write is a step forward on this spiral into darkness. I dive to the body to find the answer, the map, the key, the compass. It's combined to form a door leading out. But how do you open a door that's not a door? At the bottom of an ocean that's not an ocean, and a lake. That's not a lake.
Okay, we have about 10 minutes left before the 4-hour mark. So this is where I'm going to end it for now. We are in the dark place, that's for sure. And finding our way out of it is going to be the next task. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming. Again, for those who want to support the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you for the next one starting next Tuesday. Peace.